Today's topic is mobile devices. The most popular mobile devices today are smartphones and tablets. Both can perform many computer functions depending on the apps or applications that you install. A smartphone is an enhanced cell phone, letting you make phone calls and do other things formerly done with full-sized or portable computers. The majority of smartphones are produced by Apple, Samsung, HTC, and Motorola. Tablets are portable computing devices without an integrated keyboard. They have touchscreen displays. Size and phone capability are the two primary characteristics that separate these mobile devices. The touch screen feature of mobile devices is similar to that of some tablet PCs. Instead of using a mouse or keyboard to interact with these devices, you use your fingers or a stylus. Tapping, swiping, or pinching produces different results and helps you navigate installed apps and zoom in or zoom out of the screen view. There are two types of screen technologies for mobiles. Resistive touch screens respond to pressure applied to the screen. Often these screens respond better to styluses. Capacitive screens use your own electrical current to determine the movement of your fingers across the screen. A few different technologies can be used. Most use an LCD panel, just as in portables and today's desktop monitors. The less expensive technology is twisted pneumatic. Apple uses in-plant switching panels on the iPads for richer colors and better viewing angles. Small devices may use organic light-emitting diode screens. This technology is too expensive to use in mainstream consumer devices, however. Modern mobiles support screen rotation or screen orientation. This feature keeps the image upright on the screen, no matter which way you turn the device. This accelerometer lets you go from portrait to landscape view. Some devices feature a gyroscope that can detect device position in 3 dimensions, giving more intuitive control over on-screen devices such as a plane's joystick. It is mainly games that take advantage of this feature at present. Most mobiles use solid-state drives for storage of installed software and data. Multimedia support includes built-in speakers and ports for headsets, microphones, and speakers. Most also have feature-rich digital cameras for photos and videos. Many include 2 cameras, one aimed away from the back of the device and the second facing the user, and often used for taking selfies. Smartphones connect to cellular networks as phones, but can also connect to the cellular data network depending on the service subscribed to. Tablets can also have a cellular modem for connection to data networks. Both normally can also connect to Wi-Fi networks as well as Bluetooth devices. iOS is the operating system found on the Apple iPhone and iPad. Google Android runs most non-Apple devices. Microsoft has entered the field with Windows 10 as an operating system for everything from Windows phones to Surface tablets as well as portable and desktop computers. iOS is a closed-source operating system and is vendor-specific. Apps for Apple products are available through the online App Store, and you must have an Apple ID and password to acquire them. Android is open-source software. The source code is available to anyone for use or modification. Apps are available on Google Play, and you must have a Google ID and password for these. Windows is a closed-source operating system. Apps are available for just about anything you might want to do with a mobile device. Each is operating system specific, so if you have an iPad, you need an app from Apple. If you have an Android phone, you need one from Google Play. Luckily, many apps come in both versions. Most have installation requirements, such as certain services, turned on. You may need to give the app full control of your device or turn on the locator or GPS service. Read the requirements carefully before you purchase or download each app. As a general rule, mobile devices have no field replaceable units or hardware upgradability, although some devices may allow you to add storage space by installing a flash memory card such as an SD card. Every mobile device allows you to attach some kind of peripheral or external storage device, however, though each has different expansion capabilities. All offer a single 3.5 millimeter audio jack for headbuds, earphones, or speakers. Many tablets have a connector for attaching them to an external monitor such as a projector. This might be a micro HDMI port or the Apple Digital AV adapter. All have a port for connecting to power for recharging. Android devices usually have a mini USB port for this, which can also be used to transfer data to and from a PC. Most also allow wireless connection to Bluetooth devices such as keyboards, headphones, and headsets. Some users prefer using a physical keyboard over using the virtual keyboard provided by the device's operating system. Mobile devices are making their way into work settings, either as standard devices provided by the employer for employee use on the job, or as personal devices owned by employees as bring your own device use at work. In the first situation, techs are expected to set up and configure new devices and provide basic maintenance while they are in use, and to reset them when returned upon an employee's leaving the business. In the second instance, techs may provide minimal support, but many problems are the responsibility of the device owner. These devices do require some setup and configuration for use. Generally, this includes connecting to a network, adding and configuring Bluetooth devices, configuring email accounts, and enabling synchronization with a PC. Most business tablets will connect to a Wi-Fi network using 802.11 standards. First, turn on Wi-Fi, then find and connect to the desired network. Most networks will be using security or encryption, so this logon information will also be needed. The Settings app in either Apple or Android devices is used for this. Select the network you wish to connect to, then type in any requested user ID, password, or passphrase. The device will get IP and DNS information from the DHCP server and connect you to the network. This information is stored by the device in the form of a profile for that network. Devices can remember many Wi-Fi networks that they have been connected to. You can remove those that you won't need again. Remember that you must disable all radio frequency signals on electronic devices when flying. Mobiles have airplane mode, which does this. This is also found in the Settings app. Bluetooth also needs to be enabled in order to be used on a mobile device. Turn on the device, then turn on the mobile device. Select which Bluetooth device you want to pair with. You may need to enter a PIN code for the devices to connect. By default, Bluetooth device detection is disabled to save on battery life. Always test the pairing to ensure that the devices are working properly. So to summarize, the sequence of steps for Bluetooth is: enable Bluetooth, enable pairing, find the device for pairing, enter the PIN code, and test the connectivity. Setting up email can be a little more complicated because of the variety of programs and servers used for this feature. iPads support iCloud, Microsoft Exchange, Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, and Hotmail. You will need your email address and password. If you want to use an account type other than an online email service, you'll need the server addresses from your email administrator. To get mail, you'll need a POP3 or IMAP4 server address and the SMTP server address to send mail out. Android devices assume you have a Gmail account. Other types may be configured through settings. Many businesses use a Microsoft Exchange email service which is internally maintained. To set up one of these, go to Settings, Accounts, and see if MS Exchange is listed as an account type. If so, select it and enter the email address, username, password, and description. Often, mobile users want to synchronize their data between all of their computer devices. This can be done between mobiles and PCs and between mobiles and the cloud. This may occur through Wi-Fi or USB cabling. Syncing to the cloud happens over the internet. Tethering is the name for connecting a device to a PC using a USB cable. Sometimes this requires software to be installed on the PC. iTunes is used for syncing iOS devices with Macs or PCs. You cannot copy files from the Mac or the PC to the mobile device. You can also back up your apps using iTunes. Also for backup, iCloud can back up data from any Apple device. This is available from any location with internet access. Android devices connected to a computer are treated like an external drive, and you can copy files back and forth. The biggest challenge when using mobiles in the workplace is security. Needless to say, this is more easily handled by a business when employees use company-provided devices. BYOD makes security more of a headache for tech services. Employers have a legal obligation to protect various types of data, including personal employee data. Employees also have a legal obligation to protect the company's data. You may need to know what security software is available for various devices, if the operating system can be patched or updated, how to enable passcode locks and restrictions for failed login attempts, how to configure and use remote backups, and how to use locator applications to find a lost or stolen device. To summarize, understand the hardware features and sources of apps for the most popular mobile devices. They have locator and GPS services that you can enable to determine the location of the device. Smartphones come configured with a connection to a cell network. Tablets generally do not. Both come with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Know how to set up email and sync the device with computers or the cloud. Also know the options for securing these devices, both with apps and with security settings on the device. This concludes the discussion of mobile devices.